Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So this video is dedicated to the latest issue of White Dwarf, March 2020 issue, because we have some nice little 40k lore bits from that, from the Space Wolves, from the Orks, and also from the Zoats. A big shout out to a chap called Shaskais over on Reddit. He's the one who put all this down. I cannot go out my house and actually get this month's White Dwarf because of the quarantine and stuff, what's going on with Nurgle's plague at the moment. So a massive shout out to him for getting all this information and putting it in the right place for me to do this video. If you want to go read it for yourself, there's a link in the description. Please go over there and give him a nice arrow up, and also tell him he's awesome for doing this. So let's jump in and let's get started. So we'll jump in feet first with the Space Wolves. So the big first blurb of text we've got, it says, the Space Wolves' image of a savage barbarian is far from the truth. They are a highly efficient and effective martial brotherhood that wield some of the most technology advanced and best crafted war gear in the Imperium. The human population of Fenris knows nothing of the Imperium. Their existence is a harsh life with enduring the hostile elements and tribal warfare over the resources of the planet. The population of Fenris was estimated to be 3.4 million, though this was pre-siege of Fenris. The population numbers of Fenris after the Thousand Sons invasion and the Imperial purges is unknown. It goes on to say the Space Wolves find it offensive if the Great Wolf, aka Logan Grimnar, is called Chapter Master. Expect aggressive and violent reactions from the Wolves if such a title is used for their leader instead of their titles, aka the Great Wolf or High King. The Space Wolves see Fenris, or sorry, should I say the Siege of Fenris, as a black mark on their honour, and they would see it washed with Thousand Son blood. In one example where they exacted vengeance, it is when the Rune Priest's dreams revealed the location of a Thousand Sons treasure hunt. Hooked by greed for horrific treasure that lays beneath the planet, the Thousand Sons were blind to the Space Wolves' trap. Reavers scaled walls to flank the Thousand Sons and tear their mutant slaves apart. The Thousand Sons responded with magical bolt fire and sorcerer that killed some of the Space Wolves. The Thousand Son leaders and fellow sorcerers raised a protective psychic barrier around themselves, but it proved of little use against the Eliminator sniper fire, as it cannot be held off forever. One by one, the sorcerers fell. The world became one of many where the Space Wolves bled the Thousand Sons, and they would never rest until all the Thousand Sons are bled dry. The Space Wolves refuse to follow the majority of the Codex. Their chapter is broken up into great companies. Each company is a near autonomous tribal brotherhood ruled by a leader more akin to a warrior king than a captain. A great company's number are fluid and fluctuating. It's possible for a great company to be far larger than the companies of the Codex chapters, though adepts of the Codex would see a very strategic marine designations among the warriors of the Space Wolves. There is no correlation between how the Space Wolves do things and the Codex standards. The Wolfen are said to be named after the first Fenrisian that was invited to become a Space Wolf. Due to some evil in his heart, Wolfen became a half man, half beast. The Space Wolves, despite being depleted by the siege of Fenris, fought many epic battles in the shattered sectors of the Dark Imperium. When news of the Primarch's crusades coming reached them, Logan recalled most of his forces back to Fenris to meet the Primarch. The Great Wolf and the Primarch met. The Primarch relayed the news to Logan and how the galaxy is ripped in half and how the worlds of the Imperium suffer at the hands of Chaos and the Xenos. He also told him of his plans of reconquest and defense of the Imperium. It was here that the Primarch then revealed to the Great Wolf of the Primaris Marine, a new breed of Marine created from the truest genetic stock of Leman Russ. The Primaris came not only with their numbers but also with their own war gear. This would help replenish the Space Wolf chapter. As the Wolf Priest investigated the newcomers of the Primaris and their gene seed, they found that Call had somehow implemented the Canis Helix into the Primaris Marines. The Primaris newcomers that took voluntarily the test of Morokai had no need to drink from the cup of the Wolfen, for better or ill. The Primaris Wolves are true sons of Leman Russ as much as the firstborn Marines. The discovery greatly aided the Great Wolf in deciding in the Primaris question, and coupled with having seen footage of the Primaris Wolves fighting in the Primarch's crusade and witnessing their honour and savage heroism, the Great Wolf accepted the Primaris Wolves with irrefutable finality. It was believed that the subtle introduction of the Canis Helix via the Primaris process was to lessen its effects and perhaps free the Space Wolves from their curse. Some wolf priests argued against this. They pointed out that the trials of the Cup of the Wolfen weeded out the weak and strengthened the worthy. All debate proved meaningless by what was discovered when examining the Primaris gene stock, whether through damage to the gene seed canisters during the Primax journey to Fenris, by Call's design, or due to Lehman Russ's genetic instability. The Primaris gene stocks were missing the Canis Helix. The truth is unknown, but this ended any hope of chaining the beast. For any new Primaris recruit, only the Canis Helix from older Marines was available. They had to undergo the test of Morokai and drink from the cup of Wolfen, the same as their predecessors. Like all Space Wolves before them, the newly created Primaris Marines would have to struggle with the flaw. And moving on to the Orks, we have some information on Orc-dominated worlds. So this is the list. So the first one is the Ice World of Chosen. It's a polar fortress and is used as a staging ground for their invasion of Armageddon. The next one is a former homeworld of the Squats, and I think it's pronounced Golgoth, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. It's used for Orc aircraft production. The next one is the Forge World of Mordrax, now named Mordaka by its Orc conquerors. The Orcs use its broken factories to produce an army of stompers. The next one is the Saint Resmund's Hope, a shrine world claimed by Zagstruck and used as a training ground for his Storm Boys and their battle drills. The Tomb World of Sephir, ransacked and its teleported nodes looted. Gurgit Mech World, a world wrestled from the hand of the Tau and renamed after its conqueror. It says here that Orcs are known to have a fondness and love for Blood Angel vehicles because they are red and they tend to go faster. Orcs are also known for scavenging Necron technology using their power to teleport Mega Blasters, custom force fields and traitor cannons. And lastly, finishing with the Zoats, we have some nice new information about them. So it says here, the Imperials don't know the true origins of the Zoats. No two Imperial sources agree on their history or intentions. All that is agreed is that the Zoats are a part of an ancient and genetically unique race. Though sightings of groups of Zoats have been observed on a few occasions, most sightings of them are just single nomadic individuals. It is unknown if the Zoat race has some common agenda. It appears that each Zoat is working towards its own end. This recurrent objective that links the Zoats is obtaining of a rare technological artifacts. It goes on to say the Zoats are a highly intelligent and technologically advanced race. They manipulate other life forms with a combo of arcane devices and skilled subterfuge. The most disturbing of the technologies used by the Zoats is a psychic resonator that the Zoats use to communicate. It allows them to implant messages into the minds of others, combined with their talents at manipulation. This allows the Zoats to become ambassadors and power and data brokers in the fringes of the Imperium. Even in regions where Imperial authority is stronger, the Zoats can extend their influence there via their proxies. The Zoats rely on biotechnology to survive in the diverse environments of the galaxy. Breathing mass and synthetic organs that help them digest alien proteins are just some of the augmentations and enhancements that the Zoats keep adding and upgrading throughout their long lives. There's one known Zoat who is called the Archivist. He actually encountered Imperial agents at a space station. He approached them with an offer. Within the sieve, an area inside the Blackstone Fortress that's chaotic and ever-shifting are fragments of a Zoat spaceship. Among the fragments is a Zoat relic called the Grail Intilia. The relic can grant a measure of control over the sieve. The Zoat promised that if the Imperial agents added it to reclaiming the fragments, it would calm the upheaval of the sieve and permanently allow the agents to navigate past it. In truth, the Archivist's offer is just one part of a much wider manipulation. It accompanied many Blackstone Fortress expeditions, whether successful or disastrous. They were all aimed at expanding the Archivist's stockpile of technology treasures. Once it completed its objective in the Blackstone Fortress, the Archivist disappeared, leaving many of its promises unfulfilled and many of its allies trapped in the depths of the Blackstone Fortress. The Archivist now roams the galaxy as a free agent, using the anarchy of the Great Rift to salvage more relics. Whenever it encounters agents from another race, it either disrupts them or manipulates them to its side. When all else fails, it would not hesitate using its brute force. Alright chaps, that is me done for another video. That is all the information information that he wrote up from the latest White Dwarf magazine. Massive shout out again to Shaskais for putting all that online. Some great information from the Zoats, a nice little tidbit from the Orks, and also Space Wolves. Most of the Space Wolves stuff is more or less known, but it's nice just to bring everyone up to date and to see where GW sees the Space Wolves and their future and stuff like that. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, please leave them down below in the comment section, and we'll have a nice little chat about it down there. See you now, have a great day, and bye-bye.